G'day everyone, Nick here. I am going to be doing a discussion today on a few of the cards that have been spoiled for Star Wars Destiny Spirit of Rebellion in the last week or so. There are a few new cards, mostly yellow ones, that I'm sure you've seen by now, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on a few of the cards that have been revealed. I'm not going to limit myself to the new ones that have been revealed. There are some from the previous bunch of spoilers that I would like to talk about, and yeah, there's not really going to be a whole lot of structure here. It's no script, it's just going to be me talking about different cards. So I'm going to start by brushing over Palpatine. Like, we can look at Palpatine and we can tell, yeah, he's going to be strong. Whether he's going to top is going to be entirely dependent on the meta that he's in. I think in a race between him and another aggro deck, it's down to Palpatine every time, just because he does it faster. That damage on him is insane. Beyond Palpatine though, beyond aggro though, I think a decent control deck should be able to keep him down. Flank will almost always be able to go off against Palpatine, which is very good for the person against Palpatine. Dodge becomes invaluable against him. Deflect if you're running blue. These are things that you're going to have to be packing if you're not wanting Palpatine to tear you apart, because like Vader Raider already works fairly well as an aggro deck, and let's be honest, the Raider's not doing a whole lot until Vader dies and he's your last guy. It's basically the Palpatine deck, but with an extra guy. Beyond that, Force Lightning doesn't impress me too much. I feel too costly. Resources are important, and Force Lightning has two sides that cost a resource to deal damage. That's not cheap. It adds up. Its other sides do damage for free, but far less. And without Holocron, it is a 4-cost card. However, we have to acknowledge that Holocron exists. The value in Holocron is that it makes blue upgrades free. Force Lightning isn't really going to be free on those sides, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. The new Darth Vader, Anakin, is, like Palpatine, going to be disgusting as an aggro character. I'm not sure how much I like that, to be honest. I feel like blue villain shouldn't be aggro. I feel like blue villain should be your control archetype, but that's just me. I'm not a fan of aggro anyway. I find it boring to play with and against. What else did we see in those bunch? I don't like the new Obi-Wan. I think it's terrible. I think for a character that is designed specifically to die and to buff up another character, it's a support character, it should not cost as much as it does. It should not cost 20 to run 2 Obi-Wan, so that when he dies I can give a free blue upgrade to Akbar or Padme or Rey, running at 1 die each. That's silly, but you know, whatever. Talking about Obi-Wan, let's talk about the opposite of him. I think is the newly revealed Maz Kanata, who is exactly what a support character should be. She's cheap enough that you can run her with a good character, and her ability is support based. She's not super tanky, she doesn't do a lot of damage, she is exactly perfectly designed as a support character, and that's what she should be. My one problem with Maz is that it gives speed to characters that maybe don't need it, but what are you going to do? It also gives Luke a better partner than Akbar. I definitely think Yellow and Maz is a far better partnering with Luke than Red and Akbar. Chewie is cool. I am a fan of 4 dice decks. I don't like the way that Chewie and Han are designed so that you can have 2 of one and 1 of the other instead of 2 of both. but that's just a personal thing. I'm sure someone will want to run both together. I just feel like if they are going to be run together, their effects should complement each other, which I don't feel like they do. Yeah. What else have we seen? We saw Mars, we saw Jin. Again, why does Jin cost 20 to run at 2? She's not that good. She's really not that good. Why does she cost that much? I don't know. I didn't design her. Don't ask me. Krennic is fine. Krennic is just cheap enough that you can run a support character with him. You can run 2 Krennic, 2 Politic if you want to. And I think this is important because Krennic, while you control the battlefield, always has 3 dice rather than 2, which is neat. His ability lets you roll in the Death Trooper. Death Trooper itself is pretty good. It's a vanilla, non-unique character with lots of guns on it. Pretty simple. Lone Operative is a pretty damn good upgrade for yellow characters. It adds to a Mildex ability to win by healing life from to a character and having a discard phase. It's also, ironically enough, not a unique card, so you can have 2 of them equipped at the same time for a potential 6 healing plus. So your yellow character can have Lone Operative, Second Chance for all the healing and all of the staying alive. I think that would really give, say, a Padme Akbar Mildak a lot of potential, a lot of power there. Oh fuck! Then you could have, because Lone Operative doesn't even have to be on a yellow character. You could have Lone Operative on your Akbar, Cunning, Second Chance on Padme. Wow, you could literally live forever. That's amazing. The other yellow weapon is the Bowcaster, which I looked at, I thought, this is pretty good damage. I don't know if it's worth the cost on it though. But then I looked at it and I thought, well, it does have redeploy, so you're only paying for it once to use with potentially all of your characters. It does have a lot of damage, and it has a special on it as well, which is always fun. Plus, it's Chewie's Bowcaster, which is, the best. What else have we seen? We saw a few simple action cards, which were alright. I'm not a fan of Loth Cat and Mouse. While I do like the name of the card, I feel like you're giving your opponent way too much power with that card. The new red card, Salvo, is a pretty nifty one. It could be a little bit cheaper, but seeing as how you are spraying your damage at every one of their characters, maybe not. I'm not disappointed by this. And the last card is Force Speed, which is a 0-cost blue neutral upgrade with 3 special sides on it, and that special side is take 2 additional actions. This card is bonkers, and when I first saw it, I was really excited. I was really excited because it gives blue a good option. I initially thought it was blue hero only, and I thought, yes, blue hero has finally gotten its leg up that it needed versus blue villain. But then I realized, oh, it's neutral, crap. Then I realized, oh, this is actually just degenerate with Sith Holocron. And then I realized, far out, this is actually even worse because you can stick it in Han Rey and continue playing Solitaire forever. The only other 2 cards I can think to talk about right now are the Ewok Village, which is a battleground which on claim you can remove all shields from a character, and the other one is Maz's Castle, which when you claim it you draw 2 and then you put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of the deck, which is a pretty strong ability. I like Maz's Castle a lot. I'm not too fussed by the Ewok Village. Not much more to say there. So that was my thoughts and small, I guess, discussion. Sorry about how unstructured that was. On the spoiled cards so far for Spirit of Rebellion. I will keep this up, probably, depending on what we see. 2 weeks until the pre-release, which is pretty exciting. I will see you guys next time I see you. Bye!